January 17th, Our Lady of Pontmain, also known as Our Lady of Hope. It is the middle of the Franco-Prussian War, in winter, January 17th of the year 1871. The Franco-Prussian War was the culmination of years of tension between the two nations. From the first days of the war, defeat followed defeat for the French. Finally, by January 1871, Paris was under siege, while two-thirds of the country was under the advancing Prussians. The apparition is said to have occurred at the height of the war. Pontmain, a hamlet of about 500 inhabitants, lay between the oncoming Prussian army and the city of Laval. The local Barbette family consisted of a father, Caesar, his wife, Victoire, with their two sons, Joseph and Eugene, aged 10 and 12, and another older boy who was away in the war. On that evening of January 17, 1871, Eugene was busy in his father's barn helping prepare the animal feed. He stood in the open doorway admiring the beautiful evening. Suddenly, the gaze of the 12-year-old was held there. Opposite the barn, and in a framework of stars, stood a lady, beautiful, motionless, and smiling at him. "Do you see anything?" he shouted to others. "Look over there." "Yes," cried his brother Joseph. "A beautiful lady dressed in a blue robe with golden stars. Yes, and blue shoes with golden buckles. And she has a golden crown which is getting bigger, and a black veil." The father did not see her, and he told the boys to get on with their work. Then curiously he asked, "Eugene, do you still see anything?" "Yes, she's still there," the boy answered, and ran to fetch his mother. She saw nothing, but with a woman's intuition, she thought it might be the Blessed Virgin, and she assembled the family, and all prayed 5 paters and aves in honor of the Mother of God. She called for a nun at the convent next door, who brought with her 2 little charges, Francois and Jean-Marie. Reaching the door of the barn, the later called out, "Oh, look at that lovely lady with the golden stars." The news spread quickly, and people gathered. Shortly joining them was the local pastor. The Magnificat was intoned, and Eugene shouted, "Look what she is doing." Slowly a great white streamer unfolded, and in large letters they read, "Pray, my children. God will answer your prayers very soon. He will not allow you to be touched." The local pastor then intoned the hymn, "My Sweet Jesus." At that, a red cross with the wounded body of Christ appeared before the Virgin who held it. At the top, in large red letters, was written, "Jesus Christ." The crowd burst into tears while the priest ordered night prayers to be said. A white veil hid the vision, while Our Lady smiled at the children, a smile which haunted them all through life with its beauty. Something of the sorrow of a farewell was depicted on the faces of Eugene and Joseph, for the father said quickly, "Can you see anything?" "No, it is quite finished," they said. At the moment the message was being written in the sky, a messenger passing in front of the crowd had shouted, "You may well pray, the Prussians are at Laval." But they never entered it. On the 17th of January, at 6 o'clock at night, the very hour the Virgin appeared to the children of Pontmain, the division of soldiers, without apparent reason, received the order to retire. For General von Schmidt of the Persian army is said to have reported that he could not go any further. Yonder, in the direction of Brittany, there is an invisible Madonna barring the way. Monsignor Vicart, the Bishop of Laval, proclaimed the authenticity of the vision, and at the very spot where Our Lady had appeared, a basilica was erected in honor of Our Lady of Hope of Pontmain. There the Queen of Heaven receives her countless children and gives them fresh hope in their trials, as she gave France peace in her hour of need. The basilica is a magnificent structure in the 13th century style, and one may still see the barn where Eugene and Joseph worked when Mary appeared. Later in life, Joseph became a priest of the Congregation of the Oblates of Mary Immaculate. His brother Eugene became a parish priest. His housekeeper was one of the girls who had seen the apparition with him, and the other, Jean-Marie, became a nun. A final papal honor was given to Our Lady of Hope on July 16, 1932, by Cardinal Pacelli, who later became Pope Pius XII. He passed a decree that the statue of the Blessed Lady, Mother of Hope, be solemnly honored with a crown of gold. At Pontmain, Mary shines in glory as a sign of hope in the midst of war.